Hello everybody, my name is Amy. Welcome to my channel, Snowcanyonstitcher, where I talk about cross stitch, my works in progress, and finishes. I have some finishes to share. This is just a quick update to and share some of what I've been working on. It's been a while. I think I did a tutorial on crochet, I think a couple of weeks back. Video for crochet was on the 12th. I think the last previous Flosstube may have been the first week of May. But I'm back, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy the video, and if you are a regular subscriber, thank you for joining me today. I have done quite a bit this last few weeks. It's been about 3 weeks, I think. I have been busy. I have done quite a bit of stitching, and I just have a lot of stuff going through my mind right now that I want to share, and I'm sure I will forget some things, but that's okay. So that's what happens when you wait a long time to do a video. You forget things, and I've told myself, oh, I should keep notes, daily notes on things that I want to share in my Flosstube, which I was doing that for a little while, and then, I mean, you gotta stick with it to make it a habit, and I need to work on that, so, but I'll get there. So let's see, since I last talked to you, I've been, started a patio garden. I have jalapenos, I have tomatoes, I have rosemary, I have basil, which was supposed to be cilantro, and I could have kicked myself. I know what cilantro looks like. I love cilantro. There's a dish that my son and my daughter-in-law introduced me to. There's a place called something greens, but it's like rice and black beans, and it has cilantro and tomatoes. It has like a, what do you call the tomato, the fresh tomato? It's kind of like salsa, but it's not tomatoey. I mean, it has tomatoes in it, but it doesn't have like a sauce in it. Anyway, I love cilantro. I eat cilantro almost every day, but it turned out to be basil, so that's okay. So yesterday we went back to get some more potting soil and some pots. I had to get some trays for underneath the pots because my husband is redoing the patio. He put lattice up because the back part of our house is in the west, and it catches a lot of that evening sun, and the heat comes through the glass. And we were thinking about tinting the windows, and we're like, no, because we enjoy the sun, the brightness of the sun. It's just the heat coming in. So he put lattice up on the patio, and so the patio has like this linoleum type stuff on the floor of the patio, and it has cracks in it, and so he wanted to finish that, and so now I have to make sure that I don't get that part, the floor, wet, which when it rains it's gonna get wet anyway. I told him that. But anyway, I went and got some trays for my pots, and I built a couple planters. I planted string beans. I grew them from, I started those from seed, and I was really proud of that. And I found some cilantro seed yesterday, so I'm going to try my luck at that and start my own cilantro because nobody had cilantro plants. But anyway, I've been busy. I've been spending a lot of time with that and learning this and that about how to water tomato plants, and my sister inspired me to grow some, so I've been sharing little videos with her on Facebook. But that's kept me somewhat busy, and I've been refinishing furniture. If you notice in the background, I don't have the white cabinet that I originally had. This bottom cabinet was a cabinet I picked up at the thrift store, and we were using it as a coffee cabinet, but it wasn't quite high enough. So I went and bought another cabinet and redid it, refinished it for our coffee stand. And so I decided to bring this one into my stitching room, and I decided that I liked the shelves on the cabinet I had in here before, and so I just went and traced the design and cut out some boards and made this shelving unit. And I've refinished a couple of other cabinets, and I've been working a lot with my finishes, getting them framed. So I've been getting a lot of frames from the thrift store and learning a lot from that. And so, what else? I made a blouse. This particular blouse, and the fabric I bought for it was knit. It was a knit fabric because I wanted to be kind of like a t-shirty. Is that a word? But I wanted to be, you know, kind of like a t-shirt, just comfortable, easy to pull on. But the knit fabric was too thick. I mean, it's pretty, but it was really hard to sew. So it needs to be more of a thinner fabric, like the blouse I'm wearing. It's just like a real thin polyester. So I plan on making some more of those, and I'll share a photo of that blouse that I made. What else? Oh my gosh, my daughter went to my middle daughter, next to the youngest daughter. She made a trip to Alaska. My husband got her a Subaru, and so she took off. She wanted to go on the route to Alaska through Canada. So that had me stressed out for about 2.5 weeks, but she's home now. And my youngest daughter moved out of her dorm at the end of the semester, so I helped her move all her stuff out of the dorm, and then she got another dorm room, which is more like a duplex. So the original dorm she was 4 stories high, and I worried myself sick all the time about that. Only because there was an accident involving a student, I think last year. And so I was really happy that she got this new dorm, and I helped her move in there. And so she's planning on staying there in the fall too. So, and that's been fun. I've been helping her furnish it and get organized and everything. So I've been spending a lot of time with her too. Mother's Day was great. I hope everybody else had a good Mother's Day. My daughter-in-law made, if I can get it to her, my daughter-in-law made me this necklace. She is a silversmith, and she makes custom jewelry. So like you can pick out the stone, and she makes rings. I'm not wearing any of my rings that she's made me, and then my youngest daughter got me this necklace, which is really sweet. But I'll share my daughter-in-law's shop with you in the below if you want to go and check out her shop and see if there's anything there that you might like. So I think that's everything on the update. We had a nice Mother's Day. Yesterday was Memorial Day. Today, oh, forgot to tell you, today is Tuesday, the 30th of May. Had a nice Memorial Day yesterday. The St. George is usually bustling with lots of people, and there was hardly anybody out. And I was like, well, where is everybody? And so apparently everybody was either at Sand Hollow, which is a reservoir where people go and celebrate, you know, the summer or whatever. I didn't realize until yesterday that a lot of people consider Memorial Day the official start of summer. And I think I heard that on, I think it was Pam and Steph's channel, Just Keep Stitching, that I learned that. So that was kind of cool. So that's where everybody was at. But we have been having warmer weather, and it's been really pretty. Yeah, so sorry that was kind of long-winded, but 3 weeks I've been really busy just doing this and that. So, on to stitching, which is why you're here. I do have some full finishes. Now these are patterns. Now a couple of them I'd already finished and I've shared the finish with you. I just needed to get them in a frame. And then yeah, actually I have 4. Where is my little okay, so 2 of them are finishes that I FFO'd, and then 2 of them are patterns that I finished that just needed to be in the frame. So I'm going to show you no, actually this one I finished it too since I last did a Flosstube. So I have 1 finish that I needed to put in a frame. These other ones are actual finishes that I just FFO'd. And this one is, I think it's called Fractor Flower. I think it's by the Blue Flower, sorry. I should have all the information. I'll include it on the screen. I think it was stitched on Picture This Plus. It was the call for fabric, I think, and I used all the call for floss on it, but I found this frame at the thrift store and it had a mirror in it. And so I spent the better part of my afternoon just getting the mirror out of the frame because they had attached it with some kind of glue. And I'm not really superstitious, but I didn't want to break the mirror. So it dawned on me that I could use my heat gun to loosen the glue, and so it came right out. But I just love this frame, and she looks so pretty in there. And then there's my initials. My 3 is kind of wonky, but that's okay. So that's one that I finished since I last did my Flosstube and FFO'd it. I'm really proud of it. If you notice, I took a lot of my frames off the wall because a lot of them needed to be reframed. So I learned putting the quilt batting behind them really makes it look better finished. So that's why a lot of those are down. And I'm reorganizing. So, but this one, Fractal Flower, is definitely one that's going to go up here. I decided on this wall in my stitchy room, this is where I stitch in the evening, that I'm just going to keep the ones that are special to me. I don't know, for some reason, you know how you'll have, you know, that pattern that you stitch on that it just has a close feeling or something. So that's what I intend on including on this wall. This other one is a finish that I just needed to get in a frame, and I had made a frame for it and framed it, and then I was at the thrift store looking for other frames for other finishes, and I found this one. I was like, oh my gosh, that looks like it would fit it. So it did, it fit it perfectly. So this is my it's a Fractor Love Sampler by Modern Folk Embroidery. The call for thread was wool, General Arts wool thread floss, and I did use some of that. It has a mixture of different flosses. I think I have some silk in there, but I love this frame, and it fit it perfectly. My gosh. So that is a finish that I had already finished, and I believe I shared the finish with you guys, but I managed to get it FFO'd, and I'm really happy with the frame that I found at the thrift store. And usually these frames only cost me like $2 or $3. So, okay, so the rest of these, that was one that I already finished. Another one that I finished was the Eliza's French Birds. I finished that one. And I don't know the name of the fabric, but I'll share it on the screen. And this is another frame that I found at the thrift store. I think I paid $2 for the frame. I didn't have to do anything to it. And I'm going to show you the back because I don't have craft paper. For some reason, I keep forgetting to get craft paper at Joann's, so I still need to put craft paper on the back. And that's one reason I don't know all the fabric and stuff, because once I get the craft paper on the back, then I'll be able to put the little tag on it and I'll have all the information. But there she is. I decided to put my initials here. I think this is going to be my initials from now on, LAT, for Lady Amy Thompson. So I purchased land in Scotland and now I'm known as Lady Amy Thompson. So I think that's going to be my my initials for my stitching. But she is so pretty, and this was fun. I enjoyed this stitch. Very pretty. She is another one that's going to go next to me in my stitching room. Okay, so my next finish, and this is the final FFO and finish that I finished since I last spoke with you, is my land that I love. She's all finished, and this is another thrift store frame that I found that fit perfectly. She's all finished. It took me a little while, and I think my alphabet's still a little wonky, but in the frame. But I'll put all the information on there. I used all the call for threads. And I really had to inspect it hard to make sure there was nothing left. I think I have this one flower right here. I think I stitched it too many, but it's okay. And these are I can easily take them out of the frame. Because I don't have craft paper on them yet, so I may go back in there and fix that, but it's not really bad. So I'm just super glad to get it finished. That was one of my goals, is to get it finished before July. So yeah, there she is. It's all finished. So proud. It took me a long time. I started that, I think, in 2019, and I'm just now getting it finished. So I was at the thrift store and I was looking for frames, and no, I haven't. So I ran across a frame that I thought would fit, and I looked at it, and it had a crochet piece in it. So I wanted to share it with you guys because I had just done the crochet video. Sometimes that happens, so I'll run across a frame and I'm not really paying attention to what's in the frame, right? I might glance at it, but I'm more interested in getting out my little measuring tape I have on my keychain and seeing if it's the size I need or if I'll need to cut it down. But when I got home and I was looking at it, this is literally a crochet piece that somebody crocheted, and I wanted to be able to share it without the glare. Let me turn that off right quick so you can see without the glare. Look at how tiny those stitches are. I just could not bring myself to unframe this. This is quite a treasure. And so on the back it has writing, and it's from, and I don't know if I'm saying this right, Croatia. It's from a museum, Oprema Slike, but it's from Croatia. So it's a museum piece. It's actually from a museum. And you have to wonder when you find things like this in the thrift store, the journey a piece has had. Like, how did it end up there, you know? It's just so pretty. So I'm gonna keep it in the frame and I'm gonna display it in here. It's just so inspiring. I mean, I don't even know what size crochet hook someone would use to make such tiny stitches. Beautiful. All right, let me turn this back on. Okay, I want to share my book of days. I have stitched every day this month. I actually stayed up till 5. The sun came up one morning. I was like, oh my goodness, is that the sun? But here's my notes that I started taking. Let me look over them right quick and see. Be very So, finished land that I love. Yeah, so good notes, right? But here's my book of days. And usually I have stickers ready to go for the next month, but I haven't, so I still gotta do that. But I've stitched practically every day, and I started, my daughter-in-law had come upstairs. She asked me if I would cross stitch something for her. I was like, sure, no problem. She's like, okay, well, I'll have to get, I told her to just get the pattern, and then I can go from there, and I'll know what, you know, fabric to get and everything. So about a week later, she wants me to stitch this for her. And it's from Threadbare Patterns on Etsy, and it's called Anatomical Heart Cross Stitch Pattern, 2017. Look at all those different reds. Now, I've not ever stitched anything that condensed with all different colors of the same. I was like, okay, no problem. So it ended up, I think I purchased 30 count fabric for it. And this is how far I've gotten. Oh my gosh, talk about really challenging my stitching ability. But I stitch on it every day, and at first I tried to stitch all the one thread that I have, and I was getting way too lost. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stick to the 10 by 10 square. And so that you can see where I'm gridding it myself right here, and then once I fill in the square, I just pull that thread out so it's loosely stitched in there. But yeah, so I work on that a little bit every day, because I figure if I can do a square a day. Oh, I almost showed you the pattern. There's probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, about 28 squares. So I should be able to get it done, because a lot of the center of the pattern is the white, which is really easy, which is something that dawned on me after I'd stitched on it a while. I was like really feeling overwhelmed and everything with all the different color changes. Then I realized, well, wait a minute, because most of the color changes are on the outside, and most of the inside is 1 or 2 light colors. So then I felt better. I was more inspired to work on it. So yeah, it's been quite the learning curve. But here are all the colors that I broke the seal on, and they're kind of in a mess, but these are all the different reds and pinks in that chart. There's just a few more that are like peachy that I haven't used yet. So DMC. How many different colors is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. There's 21 different colors of reds and pinks and peaches. But I'm enjoying it. It's actually fun. Fun. Now that I've realized that, you know, it's not that much of color changes in the whole pattern. So another one that I've been working on is, because I've been kind of ignoring it. I can't remember when I started it. I think it was a couple years ago I started it. I bought both sisters samplers from Hands Across the Sea, and I started Antong Ufendel, and just really was doing well, and then I just stopped stitching on it. So I haven't really been giving it a lot of attention, and I've been trying to get back to it. So I need to look at this right quick. Yes, I'm good. So after I finished Land That I Love, I knew I wanted to work on another focus piece. And so, actually, I just remembered I have another finish. I'll show it my next Flosstube. But I was like, you know, I think I need to work on Antong and because Salt Box Stitcher's working on hers, and I was like, I need to do that on mine. I still need to frog this part out over here. But I started working on this band that's along the bottom, and there's no special stitches to it. It's just cross stitch, but I wanted to work this basket. I really wanted to do that because it's like calico. It has all this. But so I started working on that this past week. Yeah, and so it's such a pretty sampler, and I love this fabric. I don't remember what the fabric is. I'll share it on the screen, but I love working on this fabric, and I'm stitching it with all the call for silks. And I think is it Spell Spa? Soldoche. I think that's right. But I love stitching on this fabric with the silks. It's really fun and easy to stitch on. And I don't know, oh, here it is. What was really fun about this pattern is it comes with this card. So I'll be able to put this on the back of my frame once she's done. Which is super cool because I was at the thrift store and I found a frame that had something in it, which now I don't know if I want to if I want to use the frame, but I found a frame that will perfectly fit this. I didn't have the measurements with me, so I just looked up the pattern on my phone, and I got the stitch count, and then I went over to Yarn Tree Calculator, put in the stitch count and the fabric that I'm doing it on, and it told me what the finished size would be. And this frame, when I measured it, was perfect. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get this frame. But now I don't know if I want to mess it up because there's some pencil drawings in there, and I'll share it my next Flosstube. Anyway, that was fun. So my other whip that I'm working on is this, I know, and there's a thread behind it, so you're going to see a black thread behind it. This I know, and I had put this up here. Yes, here it is. I have this I know by Plum Street Samplers, Paulette Stewart design. And so I had started this one in the spring, and it was going to be, I decided it would be a Sunday stitch, which I did work on it yesterday. Sunday. Yesterday was Memorial Day. Monday, which by the way I was confused. I thought Sunday was Memorial Day. Hung my flag out and everything. But I started working on it again. I was watching Running with Scissors, and I realized that I should read the directions because this part, and I guess it's called a crest. I'm hoping that's what crest means. I didn't stitch it 1 over 1. So the roof, this line here, the rooftop, I'm doing this in all the call for threads. I didn't stitch it 1 over 1. I stitched it 1 over 2. So I went back, took it all out, and not been restitching it 1 over 1. And I'm just about done. So that's the other thing I've been working on. I also need to go and get me some size 28 needles. Yeah, it's really hard to do 1 over 1/1 with, I think I was trying to do it with a 24 and a 26. Definitely need to, I have one size 28 needle, but it's bent. So I definitely need to go get some more. And I'm doing that in all the call for threads. So pretty, so pretty. I think when I shared it before, I was working on filling in the grass, or maybe I hadn't shared that, but I was working on filling in the grass, and then I realized when I read the directions, I didn't coffee dye the DMC that does the house, so I mean the church, so it's already stitched. I was thinking, okay, how can I do that now that it's stitched? I'm sure there's a way, so I'll let you know. I'll let you know if I decide to do anything with that. But I will be, I probably will do the coffee dye on the other flosses. Haul. I didn't bring any of that with me. I did kit up a pattern, so I'll be right back. Okay, before I share the pattern that I kitted up and some linen that I got, which I don't remember why I purchased the linen. There was a reason, but I don't remember why. I went ahead and I grabbed another finish. So of Seasons of the Heart, I did start and work on the summer one, and I finished it. And this is on, of course, the sticker. Oh, that's right. The sticker is in my cross stitch journal, but I finished it, so I'm using all the call for fabric and threads. So that was another goal I had. I wanted to get that one done before July, and it's all finished. It was a really fun stitch and didn't take long at all. So that's a finish. And I'm planning on just stitching, I'll probably stitch the autumn somewhere around July, probably. Another one that I worked on, I have not been ignoring my Consider the Lilies. I did stitch on her a little bit, and I finished the house. I finished the house and the plant above the house. And I did change the colors of the house. I didn't do the call for threads, but I keep going back and forth. Do I want to change? I kind of wanted to do it in like a monochromatic style, only using like 3 or 4 different colors. So I don't know, kind of on the fence about it. But that's how much I got done on her. And my goal is just to go up the center. I go up the center, and then I forget. I think I was gonna go down this way, or I think I was gonna go up this way. I don't remember, but at this point I'm planning on just going straight up the middle. I love this pattern. It would be really cool if I could find a frame for her too. I mean, I'm okay with cutting a frame to size. I've been learning a lot about that, and I don't mind it, but it's so wonderful when you can find a frame that fits your pattern. Who was I watching? I was watching somebody, and they were talking about how they think about it when they get a pattern. They think about what size fabric to put it on so that it will fit in a traditional size. I can't remember who that was. So I did have plans. I'll just go ahead and share the haul that I have. So I did purchase, maybe I shared this, I don't remember, Strawberry Fair by October House. The designer, sorry for the crinkle. I did remember to unzip all my bags, so Robin Sample. This is a really popular pattern. I love the colors in it. It's so pretty. So pretty. I was just like hungry to start it. I purchased 36 count Winter Moon on 1, 2, 3 stitch. It's such a pretty creamy color, buttery color. I think, did I share this? I don't remember. I may have already shared it. Sorry if I did. And these are all the different colors. It's gonna be pretty. It feels like it would be a nice summer stitch because it's strawberries. So, I don't know when I'll start it. Probably soon. There's so many pretty patterns coming out lately that it's hard not to start. Hard not to start. And then I just purchased another piece of fabric, and I don't know what it is, and I don't know why I purchased it, but yeah. It's crazy, right? There's a reason I purchased it. It kind of looks like Wren, but yeah, no, it's not Wren. And it's not, I don't think it's a picture of this plus fabric. Oh, but anyway, I think that's everything, guys. It's just short and sweet. Hopefully it's sweet. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. I have been researching doing live videos, if that's something you guys would be interested in. I think it would be fun to do a stitch with me. Many times at night when I sit down to stitch, I think, oh, I could be sharing my stitching. So if that's something you'd be interested in, let me know. I'm really considering giving it a whirl and just seeing what it's like and if I'm any good at it. So if once I get the equipment and everything set up, then I will let you know, and I'll let you know ahead of time when I'll be doing a live stitch with me. So alrighty, guys, I hope you have a great coming up 2 weeks, and that you're doing well and that you're enjoying the weather where you're at. I haven't been watching much news. I've just been kind of secluded in my stitching room or out in the working with my new family plants. But I hope you're all having nice weather and that you're all doing well and that you get some good stitch time in this coming 2 weeks. And I will see you guys again hopefully in a couple of weeks, and hopefully I'll be a little bit more organized. So with that said, yeah, take care, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, see ya.